This video is intended to describe a Lightblade Powerpack named Crown of Abundance that is designed to be a stationary mount, which I will describe more of the mechanisms a little later after the crystalline ignition order is fully notarized and discussed of its intended vibratory output. So the aspect of why it's named the Crown of Abundance is based on the abundance ratio, consisting of peridot being a lovely third and fourth chakra stimulant of extremely high positivity of the third and fourth chakras, to be a great blessing of energy that is traditionally known as the stone of abundance, as well as being a very powerful blesser to anyone's endeavors of whatever they seek to accomplish in life in regards to abundance. And so this positivity is very associated with the energy of chlorophyll, the energy of growth, found in all of creation. So it's a very fantastic frequency to have part of the rendition. Then to subcapacitate the peridot right here would be golden healer quartz. Golden healer quartz is a very fantastic high heart emanation stimulant that have gold white light Christ emanation frequency that connects to the heart of creation. So utilizing that crystalline source emanation broadcast as a subcapacitation brings the whole light of creation through the ignition sequence by intention. Then following that right here is the amazing emerald, the king and queen of the green ray abundance frequency stones of great notoriety throughout royalty, as well as being a very well-known stone amongst humanity for that of abundance, being the impeccable green ray heart receptive abundant frequency. And then of course continues with clear quartz to be a neutral accelerator of this closed loop circular circuit, generating perpetual momentum, regrounding all the way back to here. So once again, as a quick look from the top, it's peridot, golden healer quartz, emerald, quartz, peridot, golden healer quartz, emerald, and clear quartz, and so on until the circuit completes itself for the primary power pack. At the core of this device actually is cedar wood from my lovely front yard. You can see right here, this fantastic tree right at the tip of my pen is actually where the home tree of this device is, it's very significant in a lot of ways, which I will omit right now to consolidate the video's notorieties. Okay, so that's cedar wood being a very fantastic wood core base, with the selenite seen right here with black kyanite. Selenite is a very fantastic staple to all light tech and all spirit tools, based on the fact that it can take this entire frequency pitch, but also, as a quick preface, selenite by itself is a very fantastic 6th, 7th, 8th non-physical chakras back to the Godhead, so it can work very well as a two-way connection clearing pathway to one's highest self-consciousness into conscious self-perception, as well as being a fantastic high-frequency induction that can burn off stagnations through the entire field that be naturally impeding a very healthy energy body, which of course is what manifests as a dis-ease in different variations. So a fantastic stone by itself, but where it really shines in light tech is the capacity to take this entire frequency band mentioned, yet I have also yet to mention, it can purify all the stones in the closed loop circuit. So it has perpetual self-purification. Then it can harmonize all the other frequency pitches, then amplify them. So when you take the trifecta of purifying all these stones yet to be mentioned, harmonizing, then amplifying together, it makes for a trifecta of truly powerful significance that is, of course, a staple of light tech for its effective dynamic range. And the black kyanite, used very specifically, rapidly transfers energy through the root chakra into the earth stars, into the earth for reprocessing. So that can also be deduced in layman's term as a powerful surge protector to always ensure the excess pitch of energy is going into the earth through the system very quickly at a very rapid rate, which makes it very, I guess you could say, reactive to the situational requirements of the energies involved in this entire structure. Particularly, this will be, of course, a stationary house mount, like a stationary generator set up in a house, which will be described momentarily. So, back here, further stones of opulence and abundance, well notarized in human history, of course, are represented here for the homage to what stones are considered precious and to royalty and humanity in general, as very well known to all people, would be, of course, diamond. Diamond is an incredible 10 out of 10 hardness and indisputably the most precious stone in human perception, as well as being a very powerful stone of royalty and notoriety and stone of opulence and abundance as well. As well as taking that little diamond right here, will of course run through this entire closed loop circuit and give a very intense, vivid intensity to the entire structure, 10 out of 10 hardness on the hardness scale of carbon-based resonance. That will of course fortify the entire energy body in a very strong fashion, particularly in conjunction with the rest of the components in this closed loop circuit. And of course, diamonds are forever, and they're quite famous, all that jazz. So, to further augment this device with stones of true precious stones would be down here is ruby. Ruby is the impeccable, powerful, red ray root chakra stimulant mineral kingdom, hence also known as stone of precious royalty, to be a very powerful root chakra stimulant. Then on the other side, with a root-related quartz to be a massive accelerator of these energies into the blue ray antithesis of ruby being blue sapphire. Blue sapphire, another stone of precious notoriety and royal utilization right there, is an impeccable wind, 5th chakra, 6th chakra stimulant seen right here. So having the aspects of diamond, emerald, ruby, and sapphire are the quintessential true royal stones. As well as peridot has great notoriety in human history too for being a stone of precious abundance as well. So this has a very opulent, abundant stationary power pack just of these great emanations through a more modern energized circuit, which of course draws upon the belief humanity has in these particular precious stones of being magic, which is very nice. Anyhow, so that's just the power pack seen right here, and this power pack seen right here is grounded to this primary wire, which of course the primary wire seen right here as well is a combination of copper, brass, and silver for the earth bandwidth of copper, the silver intake yin of the receptive feminine, while the yang of brass being a projective polarity yang outward. So it has of course a balance of input, output, and earth bandwidths in this trinity of wires pulled together. So affixed to this primary wire around here, which also serves as a scaffolding to be able to actually mount it in its intended designation, like so, is the transmutation ratio on both a silver and brass polarity for the input and output of the same exact ignition order as much as possible of the transmutation ratio, which consists of hematite to be an iron-based, very strong grounder of energy through the root chakras into the earth stars and into their earth meridian matrix for reprocessing. In tandem with smoky quartz doing a fantastic transmutation of negativity to positivity by absorbing any negativity, grounding through the root, as well as the earth stars into the earth for reprocessing. So the two together harmonize very well, and that's why this would be the traditional transmutation ratio that's been in wide distribution, based on its sheer effectivity as a simple grounder of energy and a way to, of course, serve as etheric Teflon, so all negativity has a safe bypass discharge it does not store into the system to manifest as a dis-ease. That is the theorized intention of this construct of the transmutation ratio, and hence, like I mentioned, on the brass and silver is the input and output stimulation of that same connection point grounding through the root into the earth, so that you can think of it like, once again, like I said, etheric Teflon. All energy runs through this filter and grounds into the earth so quickly that it does not have a chance to stick and cause discomforts in the field. That is at least the intentional design of the transmutation ratio. So that would be the entire crystalline composition discussed. Now I'll go ahead and discuss the mechanism purpose of why it's a stationary mount and what this thing is doing here that has a very important job. So this right here is designed actually to go on top of this salt lamp, particularly utilized with an incandescent bulb, so the bulb actually generates heat to heat up the salt, which is a negative ion generator, perpetual purified energy generator, that of course is designed to plug into a outlet seen like so, like this, to be able to have the emanation heat of the salt constantly purify while the excess purification is running through the circuitry seen right here in a much like a figure 8 fashion, from an 8 here, kind of like that, a perpetual infinite momentum energy. And particularly the aspect of the salt candle is what also creates a very strong purification that's consistent. And the big aspect of why this alligator clip installed in the primary wire is very critical for its intended function is to take the excess energy of this entire construct running on perfect purified momentum, and to have this part right here at the other end of this clip ground into the house ground seen like this, to be able to take the excess energy and run it straight through the common circuit of electrical engineering that we all live in a normal house. With all the outlets seen here and here, all wired together to have a common ground somewhere on the premise, oftentimes a different foot length copper rod will be driven to the ground. But by law, most places in the world, up to code, will have this ground to be able to safely discharge all excess electrical energy into the earth for reprocessing, or if a lightning strike hits the house, for example, it's designed to arc the lightning, ground to the earth for safe discharging. So the big aspect of that too, of course, is utilizing a man-made electrical engineering platform for this metaphysical purification frequency of abundance to run through the entire house matrix. So, as a summary, this is designed to be a very powerful abundance generator frequency, very specific in tone with many small little variations to augment that abundant reality. Then to have the purification of this emanation ground this energy as well as purify any negativity into positivity that would perhaps be impeding the natural abundant state, to be perpetually purified with the salt lamp, then grounding into the house ground so the entire energy can go safely through the entire outlet section. So that's why, of course, it's a stationary mount device intended to design to hold perpetual positive abundant energy that can go through the entire natural house matrix. Of all these outlets are connected together, going to a ground somewhere on the premises, into the earth, and that would basically be it. Well, 1,000 blessings to anyone that watches this, and may you have an abundant day.